this voice call on Twitch and YouTube, so if you say something, just be aware you're being streamed. This is just so like if someone's not in the Discord voice call but they want to ask questions or want to watch, because some people do, then yeah, that's for that. Okay, let's look at your list. Let's see. 10400F. That RAM is definitely overpriced. Cooler, you can use the stock cooler, so unnecessary. And what else did you say? Brainstorming on motherboard and CPU. Okay. I think the SSD is fine. I think SN550 for that price in Canada is fine. 2060 I would not get. At this point in Canada, GPUs, mid-range, high range, low range, all gone, basically, or like extremely overpriced. So I think your only option here is to wait out the storm. And if you want a GPU you can use in the meantime, I would look for like a used RX 580, used RX 570, used GTX 1060, used GTX 970, that sort of thing, and cap yourself at 150 Canadian. I myself am actually looking for a used 580 right now, just to like use in the meantime until 30 series cards come back in stock. And the 580s that I've been finding are like 130 to 150 Canadian. Same thing with the 570s. So not impossible, certainly not super difficult. Just check Craigslist and you know, be vigilant. You should be okay. 275 RA, not a terrible price, but you know, not great either. Could be better. Could be better. ARM 750, unnecessary for this build, and also a little overpriced as well, even considering Canada. Okay, what mic to use? I have a mic command now. Hey, I have a mic command. Nice. I finally made one because I get this question literally every stream. So yeah, like the command says, it's a good condenser choice. If you want a condenser, and I guess most people who are asking this question probably do, but it could be overpriced. If you're getting it for 100 Canadian, it's okay. It's a fine choice. Yeah, cool.
was gonna ask.
What is an
Is
automatic red flag that marks it as a bomb? Wait, marks what as a bomb? Like power supplies in general? Um, there's nothing there. There should be something there in chat. The bot should have sent a message. GXL 2200. Yeah, so for units that we call bombs, a lot of the time it's just like low quality units. They haven't necessarily exploded in testing, but any unit that we think is going to be unsafe or, you know, potentially damage hardware over time, or, you know, is just, you know, a low quality unit in that regard. The bomb is just like a nickname we have for it. Sometimes it literally does explode, like the Gigabyte PGM or the EVGA B3 version 1. Both of those units did explode under testing. But you
it's
know,
extremely rare for that to happen.
Yeah,
though.
it's relatively rare. Basically, it's just like, you know, pick your poison. Use an appropriate power supply for an appropriate build. That's not saying, you know, all low-end power supplies are, you know, unusable and unrecommendable. Even the relatively like shittiest of power supplies are usable for like very low power applications. It's just like don't use a really shitty power supply for a high power application, and don't buy a really expensive power supply for one application that doesn't need it. Obviously, one of those is less dangerous than the other, but you know.
Long story short, just buy SegaTep for low end systems.
Yep. Just buy SegaTep for low end and some GX rebrand for high end, or let X3. Someone open micing? I think you have like kids in the background.
Yeah, that'll be me, Aegis. That's me daughter. Sorry, mate.
That's not a problem.
That wasn't me.
Hey, should I get a 3060? I have a 1660 right now. If you have a 1660, I would wait until the GPU market has settled a little bit, because a 1660 is certainly like still a good GPU. Shouldn't be struggling on any modern game really. Like you should be okay. Like you're not like suffering. So I'd wait until, you know, maybe AMD releases a mid-range card around that price and the 3060 actually comes out, because obviously that's not out yet. I'm getting 40 frames lol. Well, yeah, that's because it's Rust. But yeah, I'd probably wait. It's usable, right? Like plenty of people are coming from laptops or consoles and they don't have anything to use, and so like they would rather have a PC now instead of later. But you know, you have a GPU, so you have something. You have something to go off of.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, 1 second. Me want MacBook is good. Sure. You in build a PC server VC? Yeah, I am. If you use the VC command, you should be able to see. One sec. I'll just send that for you. Okay. So again, like group regulated isn't completely unusable. It's just like, you know, pick your poison, use it at the right time. The main reason why we don't like recommending group regulated is that anytime there's like, you know, a rail imbalance, so you're hugely loading one rail while not really loading the rest, a group regulated unit can cause those other rails to go out of spec. And when you go out of spec, you have voltage spikes or voltage undershoots, and that can be a problem because then you can damage components or potentially have instability and cause your system to shut off. If you're using a system where you don't have super high loads on one rail, but you know modern systems with DGPUs do, then it's okay. Like if you're doing like an office build, you know, with just, you know, a Core i5 2400 or whatever, or like, you know, just an APU build, then a group regulated PSU is potentially okay. That being said, though, low-end units are being like hugely infringed on by like Segotep now, because like, you know, why would you get a $40 like, you know, shitbox when you can get a $50 Segotep, right? So it's kind of weird. We're in a weird situation, but you know, group reg PSU is not entirely unusable. Still a mixed bag though.
Can I ask something, please?
just did.
Hold on. Am I missing any questions? Group rego can melt. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So vibes, ask your question, and then J8 after that.
Yeah, sorry. Vibes first, then me.
Yeah. Go ahead, vibes.
I was wondering, so I put in more RAM in my PC and I enabled XMP, but it's bringing my CPU temperatures pretty high. I don't know if it's maybe just the cooling, like if it's a cooling
There,
situation.
there are certain cases that I have found with XMP being weird, that especially on Ryzen systems, that sometimes it'll actually automatically overclock your CPU.
Mhm.
It happened to my buddy, and it caused instability on his system.
Yeah, it happens on
I'd
Intel
recommend.
CPUs too. Yep.
Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah, it happens on Intel CPUs too. Yeah, that's.
I've only noticed it on Ryzen, but yeah. So it might be overclocking your CPU ever so slightly, causing a little bit of issues. What CPU do you have?
The Ryzen 7 3600X.
3600X. Okay,
3700X?
so
Yeah,
the 5, it's Ryzen 5
Ryzen 5 or
3600X.
Ryzen 7? Yeah.
7.
Okay,
the 7.
so
Okay.
then it would be a 3700X or a 3800 XT.
Yeah, 37. Sorry.
Okay, 3700X. I mean, what are your CPU temps now?
Right now, let me get Afterburner. It's right now it was at 45. I had to turn my fan setting to extreme, so now it's at 35.
Okay, well,
That's
yeah, your idle temps being at like 45 is like fine. If you're playing games and you're like exceeding like 90 degrees, then maybe look into changing something. But you know, turning on XMP and having your idle temps go up a little bit, not a problem.
yeah.
Yeah, as long as obviously, you know, your maximum temperatures are what matter. Like your load temps are what matter. So,
You like that?
dude, we can hear your music.
Is it better? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, dude, we can hear your music, my guy. Do you mind
Oh my computer.
you mind muting, dude? Okay, yep, let's server mute that. That's a yikes.
But yeah, sorry, I was just worried because usually it ran at like 29 at the max when I idled, and then I turned on XMP and I was like, oh, okay. You know.
That's not a
Yeah, that's
problem.
fine.
Until you start hitting the 90 degrees Celsius range, you're perfectly fine with that temperature.
Okay, all right, but thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Just to go back onto your statement involving the dropping of price for the power supply, did you suggest something a bit below, and would let's see here. How far below would you say is ample of a drop? Because we had been looking at the Corsair RM 2019, which had been 154 CAD.
Yep, I got you. So for your power supply, your bare minimum would be like a System Power 9, I guess, in Canada. System Power 9 is pretty good, decent budget unit in Canada. I'm not sure what the next step up would be in Canada. Maybe like a CX. But we can check. Yeah. I want to get the 1660 Super. Not a good time to get the 1660 super. I got banned for trying to help someone, and the guy that reported me said I broke the rule for trolling or something when I was just trying to help someone out. I mean, trolling one time is usually not bannable
Situational irony.
here. Yeah. So you must have been doing something else too. Yeah, usually trolling is like a warn, even from like the worst mods here. Like not worst, but like the most strict mods here. It's usually like a warn.
AKA Steg.
Yeah.
To the mod.
I mean,
the mods
Steg's never
had
in build
been,
advice, so that's it was probably
True.
wasn't Steg. When do you think
Some
GPU
advice
prices are
when you
gonna
guys
go
are
down?
done.
Maybe in like a few months, maybe. Yeah, probably not for a few months.
or in the
Hey,
next
it's
few
Zero
years.
Tuesday. That's a thing? Is it even Tuesday today? Oh, it is Tuesday. Oh shit, that's cool. SP9 decent.
Got the club
Aegis
going
pink.
up.
Yeah, SP9
on
is decent. Okay,
Tuesday.
let's be real. All right, let's be real. SP9 is fine for low end, especially in countries where it's like literally the cheapest unit. Like cheaper than like literally everything in its price point is garbage. And then there's just SP9. You know, the patron saint. All right, the patron
Just get,
saint.
get a 970 Evo.
just get a 970 Evo. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Alright.
That's some digital black. You don't need a. Go.
Let's see.
I think
And
I finally am almost done, so I might have my 4 monitors set up now.
Yes, and in spite of the price drop you had mentioned that I should go for, what I'm seeing here, the price only correlates with the actual value of the power supply. So what
Right,
I'm seeing here is another Corsair RM that provides less watts.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's a $20 drop
Okay. Hold on.
in price.
Let's take it back here. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, price always correlates with value. Doesn't not causal relationship. But tell me, what's your total budget?
Beneath 1,900.
Okay. And that's Canadian. So, and what kind of games are you playing?
VR ready games. Hold on a second. My mom is blasting it into my
Yeah, okay,
room.
take your time. Who has better mic, Enso or you? I think for Discord probably me, but Enso probably has a larger collection of more expensive mics.
Right, I'm back.
I don't like RM. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I had looked at the power supply tier list and I just saw that they would show the RM like around the bottom.
Oh no, I was reading someone else's comment. I don't
Hey,
I
I
don't
have
share
an
that
RM.
sentiment as much as Cubex does. He really doesn't
the
like the
RM
RM.
DX is an amazing power supply.
RM is fine. You live? Why you been slacking? I don't know. I just I've been playing I've been playing like Civ 6 recently, so when you play if you play Civilization, like you start a game and you just come out of a coma like 2 days later. So
Oh,
blame Civ
I-
6 for me not
I'm
streaming.
having the same thing happen with me and construction games as of late. Probably most notably Satisfactory.
Oh shit, yeah, Satisfactory. Civ 6 sucks. Civ 7 is better. Isn't Civ 7 not even out? Did you see the 10600K for 230? Oh, that's pretty good. You should have bought that. How does your 3400G hold up with Civ 6 in the later game? Not bad. It's fine. Civ 6 is like really light to run. I have it on minimum settings on everything, but like it still looks great. The AA is obviously not there, but I don't really care, honestly. I've never been one to like care super that much about like detail. And I'm not the one managing turn times also. It's not me hosting the game. I think Revery's hosting the game on her like 1600 or something. So yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Although Civ 6 is a great example of like in terms of turn time at least, like almost entirely CPU dependent game. Like we say games are like CPU dependent or whatever, but like Civ 6 is a good example of like a purely CPU dependent game in terms of turn time at least. Because AI is all done by CPU. At least, in Civ 6. So
Who's up next for build advice, my dude?
just put your question in voice chat text and nobody has a question there right now, so we can answer. So again, for the person who had 1900 Canadian, sorry, what were the games you were playing again? Did he go away, or I don't know if he responded.
Oh, me? Yes, I mostly play VR games.
Right. Okay. All right. And then okay. VR games, and what resolution are you gonna be playing at?
Let's see here. I play on the. I'm about to play on the Valve Index, so it would definitely rely on that.
Okay.
Valve Index
Okay.
specs.
For that budget, I would try to get maybe a 5600X 3060 Ti. Yeah, because I don't think a 3080 is realistic at that budget, and in Canada, it's just not available. 5600X 3060 Ti, if you're vigilant and you monitor like Canada Computers, Memory Express, I think you'll be able to pick one up for a decent price. And but the issue is obviously getting those two parts. So if you can cop those two, and you buy them, whether they're in hand or you've confirmed the purchase, then let me know, and then we'll pick the rest of your parts. As for the other other things you were considering, yeah, I would try to do 5600X 3060 Ti for a 1900 Canadian budget on VR. Can I send a link in chat? I think I only have PC part picker links that are whitelisted, but if you send me a link and the bot deletes it, I can still see the link, so that's fine.
Oh, I said 1,900.
Yeah, like 1900 Canadian.
Oh, okay, I heard 900. My bad.
Yeah. You certainly couldn't fit a 5600X and 3060 Ti in 900 Canadian.
Of course not. No.
So ARM and RMX are different. ARM is like it's like a rebalanced RMX, which focuses on fulfilling the new ATX spec, but also downgrades itself in other areas in order to like meet that ATX spec, and then also doesn't have in-cable caps and doesn't have a reduced price either. And that's probably why CubeX doesn't like it, because it's compromised while not reducing price. What would a good GPU and CPU pairing be for around 1,000 quid? For 1,000 good boy points, you could probably buy a 5600X and 3060 Ti would fit in that budget, but realistically, you'd probably be going for like a 10400/F plus 3060 Ti. Yeah. Okay, this is what I have at the moment, and I play Rust and League mostly, so kind of heavy shit. Rust and League are not heavy shit. And I want to know what I should get to upgrade to.
League maybe, Rust my bad. Rust maybe.
League maybe.
So heavy.
Nice.
Rust is just not optimized. It runs like shit on high-end hardware.
Yeah, Rust is just like shit in general. Is this good for a 300-watt build? CubeX dumb XOCR? Wow. Why are you doing CubeX dirty like that?
I'm not an XOCR.
CX550M is fine in a vacuum, but for $70, that's not good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like CX550 normal is like around that price if you wanted to get like a mainstream brand and not Psychotep. Cyberpower 9400F plus 1660. Yeah, I do GPU first. 9400F shouldn't really be struggling with anything at this point, or at least struggling majorly with anything at this point.
All right. I believe
I can fly.
So I have a problem. What is the problem? You just posted a list. You gotta tell
Can
us
you
what the
pull it
problem
up and
is.
I'll go over? So
Yeah, I got you.
all right.
I'll throw it up on screen.
So here's what I'm doing. I'm upgrading from a Ryzen 5 1600 with a 1080 Ti. It's going to be my secondary computer.
Okay.
These are the parts I have now, minus a couple things because they're not showing correctly.
Wait. So did you buy all of this already? Like what you sent to me? Or
I
no?
have all of this. Yes, I
Okay.
have everything you see here except for the AIO as an elite. So it came with 3 additional fans, so
Yep.
6 fans with the AIO, and then an additional 3 that I purchased. And it's a Zotac Hollow. That's the only difference. Instead of the Twin Edge.
Okay.
My issue is today I lucked out on a 5900X from Amazon.
Okay. All right.
I don't want a 3070, but I've been fighting for, let's say, about 2 months trying to find a 3080 every single day.
Okay.
So here's my question. Do I flip the 5800 and the 3070 and just buy a 3090 because they're always available and just eat the difference? Because
no.
I could I could theoretically do it.
No. The 3070 is not a bad card. Like, I'd probably leave it
Yo,
alone.
Enzo, I need some help. Can you join troubleshooting?
Yeah, I'd probably leave it alone.
So you don't think it's worth going to a 3070 or 3080 or 3090 over the 3070? Because I'm going to be playing at 1440p ultra wide.
Yeah, I understand. No, I'd leave it alone. Or if you want, you can you're getting a 5900X. I'm assuming you're slotting it into the system. And then you can sell the 5800X and sit on your money, because the 3070 is certainly not like a bad GPU to be sitting on to like play on for a while. And then, when 3080 pricing settles, you can just use the money that you got from the sale of the 5800X and then get a 3080 then. But I wouldn't do it now when prices are like extremely inflated and you have a GPU that's certainly not, something to be embarrassed of. 3070 is pretty good.
Do you think it's worth keeping the 5900 since I was able to get it at MSRP? I haven't built any of this. This is all the parts are sitting right next to me. I'm waiting for the GPU to come in. I have the 5800 in the box.
Are you just gaming, or like what are you doing?
Am I what?
You just gaming, or what are you doing?
Gaming, streaming, and video rendering.
Yeah, keep the 5900X and sell the 5800X for whatever you want.
There we go, Aegis. Sorry about all the noise, but now I have my quad set up, so I'm good.
Oh, nice. Cool. Is this a good PSU for 3090 5900X? Let's see. Prime Ultra Gold. I mean, it's not available, so I don't know how you got it. If someone like gave this to you and they're like, "Yo, here's this power supply," and you're like, "Is it good enough?" Yeah, it's good enough. Prime Ultra Gold is fine, for what you're doing. But wait, someone actually just gave you a Prime Ultra Gold 1K watt? Okay. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Sure. Oh my god, you people. Wait, it's Enzo's birthday? Does he have yellow roll? Wait, I can't see. Can someone click on Enzo's profile? Like, does he have the yellow roll or no?
No.
No? Okay, hold on. Hold on.
He's in troubleshooting.
There's a command to like do the roll thing.
Probably like !mark birthday.
No, it's comma roll and then user and then the role name, but I don't know what the role name is.
A birthday with a party hat.
Is it? Because they change it all the time. It was like birthday yellow one time. It was like birthday parrot one time. I don't know. It was weird. You know what? I'll ask later. Hold on. I'll ask in drinks.
Although
someone give
roll that's called
birthday roll. I think someone said it's his birthday. Okay, there. Hopefully someone else will do it for me then. RM has lottery caps. Lol. Lol. Alrighty. So, I've been working on something yesterday. I think Cubex was here for like some of it, but I think I can show it on stream actually. What GPU should I get? I don't know what you have. Oh, right. You have a 9400F and 1660. I'd hold for now. I would not. It's risky right now to swap from that. Because there's just like nothing. What am I gonna tell you to get? Like a used 580? Yeah, no. So you're just waiting until you can get 3060 Ti, whatever, when that comes out. I'm gonna move the deafened people to AFK because I'm assuming they're on stream. So hold on. That guy over there. That guy over there. That guy over there. Okay, cool. What motherboard and cooler would be good for a 3900X? Why a 3900X? Interesting choice at this time. Okay. There we go. Get the your mom one. Damn, that's hilarious. Big bad grunt man here. Who's dissing me? Yeah, it was Left Skull. Who else would call someone a big dumb exoseer? That's such a Left Skull thing to do. Me want MacBook for gaming plus school. Which one me get? Okay.
Yes.
For gaming, a MacBook for gaming is, I'm sure that's probably not the best choice. I don't know. I'm not really an expert on current year like MacBook models. You could probably go ask the Apple Discord, discord.gg/Apple,
Oh,
or you can go to the Suggest the Laptop Discord. They're actually not like Windows elitist or anything over there. Like they do recommend MacBooks sometimes. So if you explain to them, I need a laptop for so and so, and they're like, oh okay, then a MacBook would make sense. Or they'll be like, oh, okay, well, maybe you should get a ThinkPad, buddy. ThinkPad, do it. X1 Carbon Gen 6. What motherboard / cooler? Okay, no, you already said that. Yeah, what's the 3900X for? I mean, if you're just curious, a 3900X, a decent B450 board or a B550 board, depending on pricing. They're kind of interchangeable for most people, so it kind of just depends on pricing. And then the cooler, you could run stock. The 3900X comes with a Prism, so you could run stock, or you could try to get another air cooler like an SE224XD, but that's up to you. What is a good motherboard for a 3060 Ti and then a 10400F or 5600X? It's pretty easy on which one you get. If you're playing like 240Hz type games, like low settings, low resolution, high frames, that'd be 5600X territory, and assuming you have the money for it, obviously. And if you're not, you're playing like 1440p, or you're playing 1080p higher settings, lower frames, then 10400F. Motherboard for both would be the cheapest B460 board you can find on 10400F.
Okay.
With a preference for like the Pro 4, MATX Pro 4, and the DS3H AC and like Pro VDH Wi-Fi, I guess. And then for the 5600X, it'd be like B550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi is typically my first pick for B550. Yeah. Your node the first I took down my? What? What does that even mean? I don't understand. ThinkPad is for doctors with cold ass hands. That's oddly specific. Do you know any doctors with cold hands that own ThinkPads? That is such a... Is that like a reference to something? That's like such a strange and like specific thing to say.
They wash their hands, dude. What if they want to like write something down?
Yeah, exactly.
Gross.
My
Wow,
doctor is
so-
a cold-handed man with a ThinkPad.
I sure as fuck didn't. Jeff Bezos stepped down and he's transitioning to the role of executive chair.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Executive
really?
chair. I
Yep.
took down my
He's stepping down
exclamation.
the role of-
Wait, why would he do that?
Whoever the fuck Andy Jassy is becoming the CEO of Amazon.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Okay, that's interesting.
Why?
Damn, we can't meme about Bezos being the CEO anymore. That's so sad. What's a good 550 to 650 semi-modular power supply? Wait, are you in stream or like why are you in voice chat
Said
text?
he was. Oh, Enzo, you can go to the other one now. I thought you were gone.
I'm laughing like an idiot right now. I'm looking. Oh yeah, by the way, Enzo, is it your birthday today or no?
Yes.
Oh dude, happy birthday, my guy. Nice.
Thanks, Aegis.
Oh, everyone's mic sounds so much worse now than my old headphones.
I'm looking at a gif of a monkey talking and Aegis is speaking in perfect synchronization with his mouth movements. Oh no. Aegis monkey
What are you
talk.
What are you reading? I'm confused.
Voice chat text. Me
I mean,
want
voice
you
chat,
me want you
Oh, and
talk
I'll show you the
Spanish,
GIF. I was looking.
plus you talk me what MacBook me get. Dude, I don't speak Spanish, dude. I speak English, French, and Korean, but I don't speak Spanish.
Say fuck you in Korean.
So, AJ, what's the best? What is your opinion on planar magnetic versus
Wait, are you from France?
like the other?
I'm not from France,
Just
no, I'm
like
Canadian.
Oh, yeah.
Argos don't matter.
Oh,
There you go.
you took it for class or something?
Yeah,
I was looking
it's
at this
mandated
one.
in Canada.
It's the most stuff you'll ever hear.
Yeah. Man. That's good. All
I
right.
think I fixed it.
So hold on. I wanna show you guys something if I can. Let's see. French good? Nah, French is pretty boring. French is literally just fancy
No.
English. Okay.
French is just English, Spanish.
I have a little something for you guys. That's my sock. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
That's right. I don't know if my bitrate can actually handle this. This is a pretty bad camera, so I'm sorry about this, but hello, that's my hand. Okay, hold on. I think we there was a brand that took your name. What, G-Skill? Or you mean like just Aegis in general? Because like there's a lot of security companies that use the word Aegis because it just means like protector. Good name. Good name for a security company.
There's a major defense system using the big radar planes in the sky called Aegis.
Oh yeah, the defense contractor. Yeah. Guy didn't believe
Just the-
overclocking caused some degradation and then he left. What? Yeah, dude. Parts just don't die. Okay, so I've got some shit over here. I'm gonna try and show you this shit.
He didn't spell degradation right.
All right, there's the shit.
Angry.
It's plugged into my wall. So we got some stuff over here. All right, this is a bit of a weird thing. I don't normally stream. I'm working on a project.
Are those
right?
feet I see?
Hmm?
Are those feet? What are those?
Those feet? Yeah, they're feet. So this is actually a weird power supply thing, variable voltage power supply that I bought off AliExpress because as one does.
It's a death machine.
Yeah,
Just call it
this
that.
thing has caused like purple sparks, green sparks, all sorts of things because I short the terminals together all the time by accident because I'm a very safe man, very safe individual. But it's basically a custom fan controller, and it can work with PWM and direct 3-pin fans, direct control fans. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna plug it in. Laptop power supply, 24 volts down there. If I can show you it on stream, I'll try. 1 second. Can you see that? No, you can't. Hold on. I'm trying to like move my chair. Yeah, there it is. Right down there. Right? And here's what we're gonna try to do. 1 second.
Have you ever popped the breaker on that outlet?
Oh yeah, a couple times. Yeah. Apparently there's an outlet upstairs that like if you use the toaster and the microwave at the same time, it just like pops and like the whole house like goes dark. You have to go in the breaker panel and
Oh, that
reset.
happens with me
Oh,
too.
that's fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
with me too.
So we have a this is the fan cable. This is a fan here, and I'm just gonna plug it in. And this right here is an Arctic P12, a beloved fan of ours, right? And so if I have two controllers here that I use to control fans. There's this one, which is for the variable voltage power supply. I think my output is like upside down. Give me a sec. I'm gonna change the filter on my OBS so it's not upside down anymore. 1 second. Flip horizontal. Filters. Wait, no, that's not it. Transform. Flip vertical. Ah, there you go. Now it's right side up. Okay. So there's this one, which is for the variable voltage power supply. And there's this one, which is for the PWM control. It's too bright. My camera's too shit. You can't read it, but this is for PWM. And if I turn it on, like this, right? Delivering 12 volts. And about, a tenth of an amp of current. And you can see the fan spinning. Right? Pretty cool. And if I lower the duty cycle using my PWM signal generator here, hold down, close down. Pretty cool. Very nice. So basically what this is for is that when I get a better camera, I don't know, we're gonna do some experimenting. We're going to benchmark case fans. It's gonna be interesting. So you might be like asking, how the fuck do you benchmark case fans using this? Well, good question. I have a big ass tube behind me. 1 second. I really need more space to get this to work properly. My bad. I don't even know if I can show you the tube. Hold on. I should turn this off so I don't touch something. Okay. Let me just put the fan on the ground. Second here. Damage anything? So I have a big tube here. It's made out of I don't know, a construction tube. People like to use these on their patios or something. So I have that connected to a funnel, which is connected to an anemometer, which measures airflow. So this is the anemometer. Pretty cool. And so what this does is it concentrates all the air from a fan into like a little area. And then that thing over there, the jewel bearing fan, measures airflow. So second here, I've built a little, couple slots here in this tube. And I can fit this fan mount basically right in using one hand, hopefully. Normally do this with two hands. Might be a bit rough. Okay, we're good, and it's in. So now, I turn on the anemometer, right? And I think it's reset my preferences, so I need to like change it. So we go to, it's on velocity right now. I need to change it to flow, and I need to change the sample area as well. Oh, oopsies. Let me do that. Yeah, it's on CMM right now, right? So that's, I think that's like cubic meters per minute. So we're going to change it to CFM, cubic feet per minute, which is the standard measurement for, you know, fans and for fluid pressure. So we're going to change the sample area to 0, I think it's 0.035. Oh shit, that's wrong. Sorry. 0.035 cubic feet. Shit, apparently I'm really bad at this. Hold on. 0.035. Enter. Wait, what? Where's the enter button? I pressed enter. 0.03. This was working yesterday, I swear. I swear it was working yesterday. Okay, there we go. All right, so it's at
Quality
0.035.
equipment you got there, Aegis.
What's up?
I said quality equipment you have there.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is actually like a really expensive anemometer. I'm just dumb, so I can't operate it properly. So now if we turn on the fan using this, you should see. Yeah, there you go. So that 0.035 cubic feet, that's the size of the opening of the anemometer. Normally, if you used an anemometer in like a gas chamber or something, or like you know, measuring like an AC vent or something, you'd be measuring like a large tube, and so it just multiplies it by itself, right? So this is just multiplying the amount of linear airflow that's going through the anemometer by the area of the anemometer itself. So this is pretty cool. So this is what an Arctic P12 can deliver normally, just at max RPM. So here's proof that the CFM ratings on fans are not real. Because I think this fan is rated for like, I don't know, like 56 CFM or something. Then again, that could be like a lot closer. I mean, there's a decent distance between the fan and the anemometer right now, but this is how we're going to be doing things from now on. And yeah, so basically how we're going to test fans is I have a sound meter as well, which is over here, sound meter. And I'm going to hold the sound meter up to the fan, you know, like a standardized distance away or whatever. And then whenever the fan reaches a certain decibel level that I've predetermined that every fan can reach, we're going to measure how much airflow it has. So it's noise normalized performance. And then we're going to compare all the different fans. I'm also going to make a graph that measures like, you know, CFM against noise. And, you know, we're going to see all the different fans, see how well they behave at certain noise levels. And it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Also,
really cool, man.
We're going to be doing frequency measurements as well. So some people claim that, you know, despite two fans might have the same, you know, just regular decibel level in terms of like noise output, one might be more annoying than the other because of, you know, certain frequencies being more annoying to human ears than others. So we're going to quantify that because I feel like I don't think any fan reviews have done that yet. So we're gonna try and quantify that. I'll probably at some point, you know, send out some sort of survey with sound samples to get people to figure out which frequencies are like the most annoying. But yeah, and this is good, by the way, because yesterday this was reading like basically 35-ish, 35.3. There's an average feature on this thing I'll use later as well, but 35.5-ish was what it was measuring yesterday. So consistent equipment, very cool. I had another anemometer before this that was like really shit. It had like the precision of like, it was really bad.
I just want to expand on your approach here. You said you were going to do standardized distance with your with sound testing, but then you said I'm going to hold it.
Yeah, you know what? I'll build a mount just for you. I'll build a mount. I'll build a freaking mount just for you.
What's the minimum? Okay. What's the floor on your sound pressure level meter?
It's quite low, but the accuracy doesn't matter so much as the consistency does, because I'm not using it to actually give people numbers like, yo, this is like going to be exactly 35 decibels at this distance away. It's just like, it needs to be precise, and it just needs to be consistent. So like, as long as it might be wrong, like it might not actually be 40 decibels, but I'm constantly meeting the same number. So that's all that matters. I'm just using it to match fans to each other. Yeah, like the actual, you know, noise level itself that it's reporting doesn't matter so much. And the noise floor is quite high.
But if
It's not
But
super
if it's-
sensitive.
If it's
Yeah.
like, but if it's like 35 decibels is the floor, then you're gonna have to crank the fans way up.
Yeah, and
in
so
order to
that's
get to
exactly what it is. So I'm gonna hold the sound meter quite close so that it's easy to get a high rating. And I'm also gonna I'm gonna crank the fans up kind of high because obviously having the fans at low RPM, nobody really uses fans at like extremely low RPM. Anyways, they're not effective that way. And
yeah, but they do use them. They do use them, below 35. But it's really expensive to get a sound pressure level meter that
Exactly.
goes below 35. Really
right.
expensive.
Right. So that's why I'm just holding it close and normalizing it that way. And that's what we got. Yeah. So I'm not gonna do this right now because I want to do like build advice and shit. But this is just a progress update on what's been going on in the Aegis household the last while ish.
On last while.
Yeah, but we're basically like we're making a lot of progress on this. Like this has been like a couple months in the making now. I have a shit ton of fans that I have to test. The P12 being the first one. But yep, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna go pull all this shit away because it's cluttering my desk. A second. Yeah, so fans are pretty cool and they're pretty easy to test compared to like SSDs and CPUs and shit. So nice pastime. And I feel like we don't have enough data on like some of the consumer fans. Nice to have some data.
There's never
on
really
hand.
enough rigorous fan testing. Even when you get it, they're not testing enough models. So this additional
Or
would be
you
nice to have.
power up and you don't do sound normalized, you do RPM normalized.
Yeah, RPM normalized.
Yeah.
in which only the 100% value matters. Yeah. Unlucky. So that's that. That's that for now. I apologize if the camera quality was really shit. Okay, hold on. We're going back into build help mode here. Aegis hand reveal. Yes. Okay. Is this good RAM? Oh yes, Cubex got me covered. Nice. Here's what I came up with for a tight budget paired with a 1070. It was 530 2 days ago, now 580. I got fucked so bad. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. Oh man. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you're the guy that messaged me the other day, right? Yeah, this is fine. This is not bad. Not bad. I'm not sure like what went up in price here because that seems normal. That seems normal. That seems normal. Oh, that seems expensive. Yeah, it must have been the motherboard that went up in price. So the way to choose B460 motherboards is like kind of weird. It's like, okay, here. I'll show you how to do it. You go B460 and you go like cheapest price. And then like you look for boards. It's kind of arbitrary, honestly, because it doesn't matter that much, really. Like, it's a 10400. It's like whatever. But just get like a Prime A in this case would be fine. Preferably something with a VRM heatsink. Preferably something that's maybe got Wi-Fi if you need Wi-Fi. But if it doesn't have those things, and the cheapest option is like something like this, and it's like significantly cheaper than everything else, then just get that. It's whatever. How much more is IGP in that region? In Belgium? I have no idea. I'm assuming you're asking the dude though. You're asking that guy. Wide world of the web? Wide world of the web. Okay. What cooler should I get for a 10100? The stock cooler is... Oh, that guy left. All right, we're good. Never mind. Okay.
We're good. Buys a $30 cooler. Wait, no. He's going to buy a
$30 cooler. That would be good, yeah. I hope he buys a $30 cooler.
We need a D15. I heard it was good. So.
Yeah, I heard Noctua was good, dude. So let's just buy a $90 cooler for $90 CPU.
Or whatever the price U12 is.
Yeah. That's a classic. Absolute classic. So Cube. Maybe later I will show you one of the new tabs on my SSD sheet. Well, it's not new, but I've actually been working on it. The controller tab. It actually has good information on controller comparisons, so it'll be good. It'll be pog.
Nice.
The more I learn about SSDs though, it's like the more I realize it's like controller actually doesn't matter that much. It actually does not matter that much, like at all. outside of some like really rare cases, it's like almost always the NAND that matters, and like. The controller only matters if it's a really bad controller, and firmware only matters if it's really bad firmware. So NAND just always matters. Like the NAND always matters. And the bottleneck in terms of like, you know, consumer performance improvements is currently NAND. That's just how it is. It's just NAND.
What does the F?
F
in
means no integrated
10?
GPU. So I mean that usually doesn't matter for most people. So Intel started cutting it, making slightly you know, more optimizations to their whole lineup by removing the iGPU because a lot of people don't need it. So slightly cheaper.
Okay, so if I'm deciphering this correctly, that just picks that it's interactable with any GPU or specific
no.
GPU?
So Intel CPUs are kind of like the opposite of AMD CPUs, where Intel CPUs by default they have an integrated GPU, which means if you don't have a discrete GPU or a DGPU, so like a GTX 1070 or something like that, then you can still boot your system. You still have something that can display out. Whereas with AMD, by default, you can assume that a CPU does not have an iGPU and will only have integrated graphics if it ends with like a G or it's a mobile SKU. So Intel, it's like the F is there for negation, whereas AMD, the G is there for addition.
Okay, so it really just comes down to like pretty much a balance.
It's a
if I'm
price
getting
thing.
this correctly.
Like the F versions can usually be maybe $5, $10, $20 cheaper than the non-F versions, and it really depends.
Yep. So
it doesn't. Yep.
For like an office PC, you know, you need an iGPU because you're not going to be buying like a GTX 1070 for like a PowerPoint machine, and then you would want an iGPU. But if you're a gamer, like most people are here, you have a GPU, and then you don't really need an iGPU, so it's whatever.
Okay, so you wouldn't need the F if you're if you're a gamer.
Is there any benefits in having an integrated graphics?
It's not that you wouldn't
other
need
than,
the
like,
F,
obvious?
you wouldn't need the iGPU, which means you'd be okay with the F. The F means no iGPU. It's like subtractive. It negates the iGPU. That's there by default.
Okay.
I was going to get the Prime B460MA, but the site that it was blah, 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 blah. Okay, another site seller for 100 to 110. Aegis, this important? Does Metro Boomin make it boom? God, you're so dumb. Intel iGPU for troubleshooting purposes mostly. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 reasons why you might use an Intel iGPU, but like, yeah, mostly doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah.
Is there any like benefits in having an integrated graphics other than like the obvious of like
your GPU fails and you really need to get work done?
It's like troubleshooting, multi-monitor, quick sync, like on like TGL there's like acceleration use cases, and then what's the last thing?
Wait, how is it good for
Okay, so to put it simply, iGPU is like a compensative like GPU CPU hybrid, if I'm right.
Yeah, it's like a really weak GPU that you can use as basically a display adapter that allows your system to have the ability to output to a display without having a separate device for that.
Oh, right. Okay, so if I'm getting a weak GPU and my CPU happens to be pretty advanced, getting one with an iGPU would be pretty clever.
No, you cannot use them concurrently.
The 900K doesn't
On the
have
same
a
task, yeah.
integrated
Yeah.
graphics, right?
I'm struggling to remember the last use case for an iGPU. I mentioned 4 of them, but there is a 5th one that I'm forgetting.
Troubleshooting quick sync.
For overclocking. If you give a shit about like on-core usage and shit. Yeah.
Okay, well,
That's really niche. It's really fucking niche.
Well, then you can make the same argument. You know what? We remove the iGPU, right? We can boost higher.
Yeah, that's literally what I mean. Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, I think you're making an argument. I thought you were making an argument for it.
Yeah. No. I was talking about like reasons why you would or wouldn't. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think the 980 Pro is good with the 5600X and 3070? The 980 Pro is obviously like a really great and high performing SSD, but it's if you're the type of person who's buying a 5600X and a 3070, you're likely like just gaming, so it would be pretty wasted on that. Like I'd rather you get a less performant SSD and then get a 3080 instead.
I'm getting a 3070 and a 10900K for schoolwork.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, so would it be more clever to get a 3060 Ti GPU with a CPU cooler with without without the iGPU?
Okay, don't worry too much about the iGPU. Like it's not a consideration basically when you're buying. The only time it is a consideration is when you have like a 10400, for example, and a 10400F, and you're deciding between the two, and you're like, okay, well, is there ever going to be a case where I might need the iGPU? Like, am I going to have, you know, more than one monitor, or am I going to maybe do some troubleshooting without the GPU? Or maybe I'm going to be running like another operating system that doesn't really have good support for my DGPU, then, you know, maybe you would consider that. Or then if you're just a gamer and you're like, okay, well, I don't really need the iGPU, then you get the F version if it's cheaper.
Oh, okay.
It just comes down to price most of the time.
Yeah.
Wait, so if you have a multi-monitor setup, you don't need to extend displays if you have integrated graphics, do you?
No, you can. The whole point of like the reason why I personally like use iGPU for like multi-monitor is to avoid like pixel clock sync issues, which is like when you're displaying content, like moving content on two monitors with different refresh rates. That problem has not entirely been fixed, even on like the latest Windows Insider build. So sometimes, yeah, having an integrated GPU entirely sidesteps that issue, but for most people, that's usually not a problem. So that's kind of a minor thing.
Wait, you actually read the emails you get from Microsoft?
Well, I'm saying like you know how like with the graphics card, because I don't think I have integrated graphics, or at least I don't know. But anyways, like how I have my multi-monitor is like with DisplayPort and HDMI, but I need to like extend the displays. But if I had like an integrated graphics, I don't need to duplicate the display. You could just like
you don't need to extend regardless. Like you can set up Windows so that it's like, yeah, you don't need to have it to be like duplicated regardless. But no, an iGPU is just like you know, any display work that's going to be on that second panel is on a different, you know, element of computing. It's on a different GPU basically. So it's kind of like having two separate GPUs.
Gotcha.
I'm getting a CPU with integrated graphics so that I can use my PC while I wait for GPU price to drop. Yeah, that's another legitimate like option. So, you know, let's say you just can't find GPUs in your country like at all, even used. Then, you know, getting a 10400 build, using it just to like web browse, use Discord, watch YouTube, whatever, totally works. You know, play light games. You know, I'm sure you could probably play like, you know,
Minecraft.
Yeah, you could play Minecraft on a 10400 like vanilla 1080p 60. When do you guys think the GPUs will reduce in price? In a couple months at least. Why are they so expensive right now? A lot of different factors. It's mostly COVID. Yeah, mostly COVID. It all comes from COVID. And also like tariffs, because I guess those wouldn't necessarily have happened because of COVID. But it's like 90% of it's COVID. Yeah, like everything, all the other reasons that people will mention besides like tariffs would come from COVID.
Samsung fabrication going down, COVID.
Yep. Increased demand, COVID. Everyone's staying at home, COVID. Yeah.
Do we just whisper you the questions so you put them on some kind of list, or do we just ask?
Type in voice chat text, and or in my Twitch chat if you prefer that. And yeah. If the PC is repurposed and you want to take the GPU from the PC, iGPU lets you able to keep using it for things like servers. Yeah, and that's true too. Pretty cool. Pretty gamer.
How do we depict the right motherboard in spite of our chosen parts?
Depict the right motherboard?
I don't know if that's the right word. I know it starts with D.
Did you just mean pick?
Decide.
So I'm thinking of it in a more like complex context.
Okay, so here's how to pick a motherboard. Right, you have a little checklist
I'm confused as to why it's a depict
of what features you want in a motherboard, right? You cross off all the bad motherboards, or the motherboards that'll just blow, or not blow up, melt if you put your CPU in it, and then you start going down the list.
Yep, that's the classic.
And if you
method.
want to overclock a lot, you want to do RAM overclocking, CPU overclocking, you need maybe Thunderbolt 3 support, maybe you need X amount of RGB headers, or something along those lines. Then it starts to get a little difficult.
Wouldn't the over prefix in that word imply that it's kind of like a negative connotation?
Okay, now I'm confused.
Wait, over prefix in what word?
Overclocking.
Oh, no, not necessarily. It's not like overdoing it. It's not like that. No.
I mean,
Overclocking
you-
literally just means clocking above what's
If you-
considered stock.
if you really wanted to like think about it, like 10 years ago, it was basically, I don't want to say mandatory, but everyone did it type of thing.
Yeah, everyone enthusiast.
I mean, like if we go back to Skylake, right? Skylake had an immense amount of performance just by overclocking your CPU, like up to 30%, like 6600 or 6600K, 70s or 6700Ks. Like most people had 212 Evos, so I could actually do that.
Okay, so basically overclocking is like
Hobbyist.
it's mostly for those.
It depends. Like sometimes you might want to alleviate
Third time's the charm. You got it.
Yeah, alleviate bottleneck. Some people just do it. I do it for fun. Like,
yeah, it's
some instances you get a lot more performance. Like in some games, RAM overclocking really makes a big difference. Other games, no, but that also depends on a multitude of other factors.
Yeah,
and it takes a long
sometimes-
time.
Sometimes I think the stuff like RAM overclocking or like, iGPU overclocking is like, it's just an outlet for like tech nerds who are masochists, They just want pain. They're just like, yes, my Rainbow Six Siege game crashed for the 6th time today. Time to do 3 more hours of TM5. Oh boy, there's just tears streaming down their face. That's great. But yeah, overclocking is mostly like a novelty thing these days. There's like some rare use cases where it's worth it, like the stability testing and the annoyance is worth it, but it's quite rare. It's quite rare these days.
Okay, so the way I'm thinking of it is like a balance between consistency, or is it inconsistency? I'm not sure.
I
And
think
performance within
it's performance and
highlighted
stability.
scenario.
Yeah, performance and stability. That's the trade-off.
And longevity.
That too. Yeah.
You do it correctly. That doesn't become a conversation.
Oh yeah, what Cubex mentioned is the classic, build a PC 3-step method, for choosing motherboards. It's you find the step 1, you find the compatible shit, so you get rid of all the incompatible shit. So, if you're getting a 5600X, you look at B550 and maybe X570, but probably B550. And then number 2 is you dump all the garbage, right? So you dump the B550M DS3H, no flashback, B550M Pro 4, no flashback, that sort of thing. And then number 3, you sort from cheapest to most expensive, and you pick whatever has the features you want. That's the cheapest, and that's it. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Motherboards are really annoying because there's like a shit ton of stuff on them, and like people don't know what the stuff does, and like what means quality and what doesn't. So they like overspend, which is fine, happens. But if you just follow the build a PC 3-step method, you're not gonna run into that problem.
Right. So to put it simply, you leave the motherboard for last once you've chosen the right parts.
Some people need to pick a feature with motherboards initially, but most people just like, okay, what's my CPU, what's my GPU, and I need something to hold everything.
Yeah, in terms of like PC picking order, I think CPU should like almost always come first, and then makes sense that GPU would follow, and then everything else you can kind of it's kind of free range. You can pick whenever you want. I guess case, if you're doing small form factor, case should come first actually, but that's rare.
Okay. And if I'm going back to a statement you made before, if I'm getting this correct, you mentioned that AMD Ryzen is least likely to apply an iGPU to the CPU?
No, I said that for naming conventions. Yes, yeah, least likely, sure. But the main thing I was trying to say there was Ryzen CPUs, by default in their naming schemes, if you don't see any, letter suffix or something like that, you can assume that it does not have an iGPU. So Ryzen CPUs, there's an additive suffix. So there's the G suffix on desktop CPUs. That means that they do have an iGPU. By default, you can assume that they don't. Okay. Whereas on Intel CPUs, by default, you can assume that they have an iGPU, and that if the F suffix is added, then you can, that's what takes it away. Okay.
Okay.
So they're kind of opposites.
Okay.
Wait, are you still streaming? Okay, no, he's on. All right. WRT this build. I was asking about RAM replacements earlier. You said you'd restart the entire build. Is there anything in particular? If I say restart the entire build, usually like everything is bad. Almost everything, usually. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so what do you already have? When it comes to a list, what do you already have? Let me know what you have and what price you bought it for.
I have pretty much everything for about the German prices that are displayed. I was just asking because the RAM didn't ship because it was sold out. So I was looking to replace that. But I'm like, if there's, like I said, anything particularly bad, I'm happy to ship it back and get a replacement. I'm within return policy.
I mean, if 3080s are not that hard to find, you could save quite a bit of money by just, you know, returning the 6900 XT and getting a 3080 instead. But if they're hard to find and it's not worth the hassle, just keep it, I guess.
I'm paying more for a 3080 right now. Like I could get one for more than the 69.
Then never mind then. Yeah, that's fine.
They are a lot cheaper in Germany than they are in the States. I will say that I paid like 1,300 euros for it.
That's okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, leave it alone then. Damn! Wow, the S50 Lite is cheap. Wow.
No. Wait.
No. Wow. That is
would VR headsets count as a second monitor?
Sort of. Yeah, not exactly, but they're along the same line. Yeah. S50 Lite is so cheap. This is the cheapest I've ever seen a PCI 4.0 drive. Wowee. I mean, yeah, it's a bad drive, but it's very cheap. Yeah. Wow. Wowie. That is big O cheapo.
What is bad about it? Is it just slow or inconsistent?
It's fine, honestly. If you already have it, not a big deal. It's just not worth the price. It's like the S50 Lite is a very interesting drive because the entire point of PCI 4.0 is to increase the ceiling that SSDs have for sequential bandwidth. And the thing is, the S50 Lite doesn't even exceed the limits of PCI 3.0 typically. So it's like pointless. It's like the ultimate like gotcha drive. It's the ultimate like people who think PCI 4.0 is faster and just buy it because they see the 4.0 drive.
All right. Yeah, I just went with the one that was listed on some. I'm not sure if it was Thomas Hardware or one of the subreddit lists.
Oh yeah, and something I do need to mention is that a lot of like review sites, even good review sites, like Tom's Hardware is pretty good and getting better certainly, but a lot of review sites, their like perception of a typical consumer that's buying an SSD and like what they recommend as like value picks and like high viability drives are typically pretty out of touch with what we actually end up recommending, because I don't know, sometimes they just like sometimes the reviews are good, but the SSDs they actually end up recommending are not good for whatever reason.
I just don't like the editors at Tom's Hardware.
Yeah, for Sean, I know why he recommends specific drives, but it's fine.
Because you know he says one thing, and then like you go to like the subtitle, like each individual drive, and it's like
I think his titles get editorialized. I don't think that's him. Yeah. Also, so me and Cubex actually semi-regularly talk to the storage editor of Tom's Hardware who like writes those reviews and writes those recommendations. And we know why he recommends certain things, but it's like I don't think there's any SSD review site out there that legitimately makes good recommendations for each segment, which is unfortunate, but that's just how it is.
Yo, Aegis.
Hey, what's up?
Check voice chat text.
Dude, I can't click on videos without watching them. I mean, sorry, without I can't watch videos without downloading them because I have the previews off. So I'm too lazy.
Well, the previews aren't even on for some of them for me. So
yeah, that's not good. Hey bro, currently at work, so I'm not able to hop into Discord, but I've got a 3070, 3700X, I assume, 1TB SSD, 64 gigs of RAM, and I'm having issues dropping major frames when streaming. Any parts you can see off that alone, that could be the reason I'd go from like 180 to 115 when streaming. That sounds pretty normal. You should use your 3070 for streaming, so use new NVENC in OBS. In fact, maybe I can actually show you that. One second. Oh wait, I don't have an NVIDIA GPU right now, so no, I can't show you that. But in OBS or whatever you use, if you go to settings and you go, hold on, my OBS is struggling. You go to settings, I think you go to like output, you go to streaming, you go to encoder, change that to NVENC new, and that will use your 3070's NVENC hardware. in order to stream, which should result in a lesser impact on your gaming performance, especially if you're playing at like 1080p. So, yeah, cool, gamer. Also, you could optimize your X264 flags,
That's the
and that would
second
help.
time you posted that link, dude. Chill.
Dude, I'm not gonna. I'll watch it after stream, but like I'm too lazy to like click it and download it and watch it like during stream.
No,
so.
don't watch it. It's a
It's
fucking
just- it's just a
shitty.
shitty-
It's a
it's just a
shitty
shitty
jump
jump
scare
scare.
video.
Oh, okay, cool then. I'm good. Yeah, let's try and keep this about PC building, right? At least like tech related. All right, let's do it.
But the thing is, it was mostly just like bad value stuff. Especially the 6900. I wouldn't buy it if I had all of them available at the same at MSRP.
No, that's fine. Yeah, like
But-
at that budget, it's hard to make like genuinely dangerous or like bad choices. They're just like bad
Yeah.
value choices. Yeah.
Okay, but there's nothing like that.
No,
A 50% bottleneck on the GPU or something that would.
Yeah, okay. Again, with bottlenecking, it's like you can't quantify bottlenecks in like a single number for
Yeah.
even for a specific use case. It's very hard to do. So don't worry about it. It's fine. I mean, I can look over it again because I kind of glazed over it. Let me see.
Okay.
So the CPU obviously fine. Cooler, I mean, you can go stock, but Fuma 2, I'm like okay with that on a 5600X. I wouldn't go higher, but that's a good choice. Motherboard overpriced, but totally fine. RAM, tiny bit overpriced, but totally fine.
That's the one I didn't get, so I'll have to look for something else there. Anyways.
Okay, that's fine. I wouldn't be like super unhappy with that at that price, anyways. SSD, you know, again, not superb, but that's surprisingly cheap for that drive, so I don't really mind.
Yeah.
GPU, you know, that's fine. Case, you could have gotten something cheaper and like equal quality, but that's also fine if you chose that for aesthetics. That's totally fine. And then power supply, 120 for an RM850 in Germany is actually not that bad. So I think that's
I paid
that's okay.
110.
Even better. Yeah, that's actually
Yes.
a great price. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, yeah, not bad.
Just because, like, obviously the RAM is the thing that I still have to buy. Would you recommend just going for 16 gigs of 3600 CL16 again, or
I would just go for 2 X8 kits, so 16 gigs of if you're not overclocking, just get 3200 megahertz or 3000 megahertz C15, C16, cheapest kit you can find, so like 60-ish euros. If you do plan on overclocking, and you're especially if you're playing games where you benefit from RAM overclocking, so like esports type games, then maybe consider focusing on getting like a Crucial Ballistics kit that might be of interest to you.
Okay.
Okay. Massey, could I stream with this? Let's see. Could you stream with this? Let us see. So you have a 10400F B460M Pro 4. In the UK, there are some very, very cheap, good B460 boards. I believe the Mortar is like 80 flat, or the Bazooka is like 80 flat. So I'd get that instead. RAM you've already bought. 1 terabyte hard drives are terrible value. So if you're going to go for the 500+2 combo, which is decreasing in relevance these days, but let's say you want that, I'd get a cheaper 500 gig SSD because I don't think 60 quid is a good price for an A2500 gig, but I could be wrong. And get a 2 terabyte or like 3 terabyte hard drive for like 10, 20 more quid. Meshify C is not worth 90 quid at all. Yeah, there's definitely cheaper cases that I would take over this. If you want anything in particular, I think the Aero 1 Mini Eclipse is like 50 quid in the UK. So that's pretty cool. Arguably better value than the Meshify C too, even if they're like the same price, because more stock fans and they're not bad stock fans. And then TX650M for 77 quid is, yeah, I looked at the prices for UK power supplies recently. That's fine. Yeah. You could like save 7 quid and get like the 100 less watt rating, but whatever. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Gamer. I'll switch up the settings when I get home. Yeah. Just Google like tutorials on how to do like NVENC in OBS or whatever streaming software you use. Oh, man. My throat is hecking messed up. Oh no, someone's buying a 2600, a W1, and a GTX 1650. We gotta stop them. No. We gotta stop them. Oh no.
Dun dun.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right, well, what do we got over here? Shit. So, So, Cube, how should I graph, Oh shit, I forgot to mention. I do also have a tachometer that measures RPM. I mean...
But what use does this have?
I could just use the tack pin, right? But...
Yeah.
I don't know if the tack pin
or-
is like... So someone was telling me earlier, you know, all fans, one of the wires is going to be... Or one of the pins is going to be a tack pin, right? But like, And then I said, yeah, but I bought a tachometer and I kind of want to use it. And I was like, you know, I could make the argument that, you know, maybe the fan tachometer is not accurate. So I want to use the same tachometer for every fan. And it's just good for scientific rigor. And I was like, okay, yeah, yeah, you know, I could say that. But, yeah, so how should I measure? Should I? I don't know. You know what? I'll go with you. I'll go over this with you like after stream. It'll be fun. It'll be very exciting. Okay. We're gonna actually do some testing. Some epic test. Also.
You should really.
What's up?
You should really get the like. Is there any modification you can do to like those alligator clips for soldering you can grab? Like the I don't know what's the actual term technical like helping hands? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, helping hands. Yeah.
Helping hands. Okay.
Yeah, I do have those.
I don't know. Maybe get one of those.
For what?
Just holding your measuring devices.
Oh.
Near the hip.
Yeah. I could get like a vice clamp or something for that. Yeah. So it's like just you know, perfect. You know. I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe I'll just fucking hold it up to the fan, dude. I'm gonna be scientific, dude. I'm gonna be scientific.
So why was there a big sharp and pitch and noise at this junction? Well, I kind of hit the blades with my.
I just like poked it by accident, you know. You know, just human things. That's all it is. All right, you know what? I kind of want to work on this, so I'm gonna end stream early today. I just want to work on this right now, and I will see you tomorrow. I don't know. This is kind of abrupt, but you know, I kind of want to work on this, and I feel like we've gotten through like all the questions, right? Wait, sorry. What case did you recommend? The AeroCool Aero 1 Mini Eclipse, or Eclipse Mini, Aero 1 Eclipse Mini. Yeah. You could also get the ATX version if you want. They're both like around 50 quid. Both pretty solid budget cases. I'd say that's like baseline in the UK. There's another case in the UK, like the Neo Silent, the Metallic Gear Neo Silent. That's also a good baseline. But obviously the Aero 1 has like way more value. You know, it has a mesh front, has way more stock fans, and they're RGB cool. You know, they're RGB. Gotta love the RGB. All right. Well, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.